Hello, this is Torin at Connect the Political Dots. It's been a while since I've done one of these, and I feel forced to do one now. Donald Trump came out with the statement that everybody wanted him to make. He, by name, talked about the KKK and the neo-Nazis and denounced them and said that they were not part of America and that he was going to cast them out. They're cast out. Now, that's fine to say. It really is. But the hypocrisy from the left on this is amazing. Does the media and do the Democrats believe that Americans are as stupid as they believe them to be? And they've got to be. They've got to. The media has so little respect for the American people. Let me tell you why. We're talking about what happened at that rally in Charlottesville. It is a shame. A woman died, 2 police officers died, multiple injuries. Okay. Now, those that held the rally, those that put the rally on, didn't want violence. They wanted to speak their piece. Antifa, Black Lives Matter, they wanted violence. And they have a history of it. There's a history of it. This is what they do. We're looking at a situation where a false premise has been put out and accepted by every media outlet, every Democrat, and 90% of the Republicans in Congress. The false narrative is that the alt-right is responsible for this. I'm here to tell you that there is no such thing as alt-right. If conservatism is right, then there is no alt-right that was at that rally in Charlottesville. Neo-Nazis are not alt-right. They're Nazis. They're fascists. Fascists believe in the control of the means of production. Just like socialists, just like communists. There is no private ownership. That is anti-right. Everyone at that rally was a leftist. I don't care what the media calls them. I really don't care what the Democrats call them. They do not believe in the principles of the United States of America. They may love country, but they don't understand it. And if they understood it, they would not be a neo-Nazi. They would not be a skinhead. They would not be a member of the KKK. To understand this country is to not be a member of any of those organizations. Also, BLM, Antifa. There were a bunch of anti-Americans at a rally, and shit broke off. That's what happened. But it was meant to. Antifa was formed in the 1930s, anti-fascist. That's good, right? They didn't want fascism. They wanted good old communism, good old socialism, instead of fascism. So the enemy of the enemy is not your friend in this case, because them along with the brown shirts caused so much havoc in Germany that the Nazi Party actually took over. This is what's being attempted in this country right now. Division, extreme division. Man, we need one authority to take over, to calm things down, to get us back to normalcy. And the Democrats hoping they can get somebody in power that can do exactly that. The riots probably were supposed to happen under Obama, but they thought Hillary was a shoo-in to win, so they could take their timing in doing it. But they're rushing it now. The left is actively seeking riots in the streets and damage. Terry McAuliffe called a state of emergency because of what happened in Charlottesville. Ridiculous. No need for a state of emergency. It was an incident. One incident in Charlottesville. Did not represent the whole state. There were peaceful protests after that all across the nation. Americans don't want this. Anti-Americans do. Donald Trump, you shouldn't have come out and given the statement you gave today, because you are giving the left and those that want to see you ousted exactly what they want. You're showing the chink in your armor. If you're getting, what you said was right, There was violence from every side there. The hypocrisy of the left and the hypocrisy of the media here, when Barack Obama never denounced BLM, invited them to the White House, never denounced the Muslim Brotherhood, invited them to the White House. You know what the body count is on the Muslim Brotherhood? You know what the body count is on BLM? Invited to the White House. Not a peep from the media, not a peep from these Democrats that are suddenly, oh my God, so offended by Donald Trump not saying specifically certain names. Don't be stupid. Don't fall for the false premise that white supremacists are taking over. They're not. They can't. Tiny, tiny, tiny number of people. About the same number of people, probably more, support Black Lives Matter than the neo-Nazis, the skinheads, and the KKK. Think about that for a second. Sorry, I get mad. I had to do this because it was getting to the point where I'm looking at news, I'm looking at CNN, I'm looking at Fox, and I'm seeing a false premise being pushed and a narrative, a false narrative, being accepted. All of the Democrats, 90% of the Republicans. Donald Trump, you need better advisors.